Happy Tuesday. Here we are again, the 3 o'clock hour. We're talking about all things arts, entertainment, fun, good stuff. Excited about my lineup today, so I'm going to just jump right in. My first guest is this wonderful woman, Roslyn Hart. Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
She is the writer and director for CHEFS, a Sizzling Showdown, a new tour that's coming to the VETS this weekend. It is such a fun concept. Can't wait to talk to you about this, Roslyn. They are calling this a cross between Magic Mike and Iron Chef. You're like
That's
two
very
awesome
correct.
things. You might as well put them together. Tell us a little bit about the concept of the show and how you created it.
So basically, the concept is exactly as you said. It's Iron Chef meets Magic Mike. So it's hosted by a celebrity chef named Patrick Wilde, who was a former stripper.
Okay.
And he opened his first restaurant with the money he earned from stripping. Since then, it's been, 10 years since he came off the pole, as he calls it.
Okay.
And he has started a culinary empire. He owns 10 restaurants around the world. He has a reality TV show in the UK, and he's opening a new restaurant in Las Vegas this year. And he's on a search to find the chef for this celebrity restaurant. And to give back to the community he came from, he's allowing male strippers who are aspiring chefs to compete to become chef at his restaurant. So it's a tournament with a series of escalating culinary challenges.
Okay.
And chef wins the challenge, very much Iron Chef style. If a chef wins the challenge, he gets to go into Chef Patrick's pantry and choose the mystery ingredient for the next challenge. It could be anything from eggplant to alligator.
Okay.
But losing chefs have to strip, and they lose an article of clothing during that strip number. And Chef Patrick, being a former stripper, all of the numbers are really highly choreographed, like Magic meets Broadway meets Iron Chef numbers. And so, it's not just like, okay, I lost, I take off my shirt now.
Right. It's an event.
Amazing. Very often with audience members on stage for that. This is one of the most, I've got a history of writing interactive shows, but this one, we have 25 audience members on stage. Audience members are pulled on stage to help the chefs cook, to judge the different challenges, to help the chefs out with their dances, to make sure olive oil is going in the right places.
Great. Yeah.
So it's really amazing from start to finish. It's an amazing girls' night out. It's an amazing couples' night out. It's just exciting and hilarious and sexy and dangerous from start to finish. These guys have sharp knives. They're doing things with them. They're dancing. They're flipping. They're cooking. It's a lot going on. All in one show.
That was the first thing that came to my mind is, oh, that sounds dangerous. I don't want to ever cook naked. Someone could get burned. I don't know. Something bad could happen. Has anyone gotten hurt so far? They are professionals, yeah.
They are professionals. They're professional male entertainers. And, they're trying to become professional cooks, but they definitely have skills in the kitchen and on the pole and on the dance floor. So we make sure everybody's safe. If there's an audience member on stage, they're not doing anything that's unsafe. But when it's just the five of them on stage together, things get a little dangerous, and they're very competitive. There's a lot of testosterone flying around that room.
I imagine. So none of this is planned, right? Every performance, I imagine, if it's interactive, is going to be different.
So they know what they need to do, where they need to stand. They know where their stations are, but they don't know what Chef Patrick is going to pull on them. And he's sadistic in his own little way. He also wants to make sure that his chefs can handle any situation that might come up in a professional kitchen. So sometimes he's in the middle of a challenge and he's like, you know what? Surprise challenge. It's going to be this now. And, sometimes a chef might have won a challenge, but maybe a chef made too big of a mess while winning that challenge. And that chef is going to have to what?
Take something off.
Take it off. Every time Chef Patrick tells a chef he's not fit for his clothing, it's then the audience job to shout, take it off. And the whole audience is screaming the whole time. Everyone in that audience, whether you get pulled on stage or not, you are participating the whole time. You're judging on presentation. You're voting for your favorite chef. There might be things that you have to throw to the stage. I don't want to ruin the surprises, but I will say the most interactive show I've ever written. And it's a really fun night out. Just know, though, that if you do sit close, Chef Patrick might pull you on stage.
Oh, my goodness. So it's sort of like, if that's what you're into, get that close seat. But if you're afraid, sit back somewhere. So Do people get to actually taste the food? Are these kind of chef dancers?
Yeah, if you're pulled on stage, you will be judging on taste.
Okay.
If you're a taster. So if you're in your seat, you're judging on the presentation. If you're on stage, you're judging on taste and texture. Sometimes you'll be judging on a chef's chopping technique. So yeah, I mean, it's very much they're doing stuff, and you're gonna get to taste it. I don't think anybody's really coming for the food, though.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
maybe the body dessert. No, but I think it's great because if you are a foodie, there's something in it for you. But if you're just there because you want this magic mic, but taken to the next level show, we didn't want to create a show that was like a typical Vegas male review show. We wanted to create something special. And Chef Patrick, being a former stripper, didn't want to create a boring cooking show. He wanted to create a dangerous, fun, sexing cooking show, which is what his new restaurant in Las Vegas will be. It will be a full service dining experience from start to finish.
I imagine cooking and choreography all in one. Yeah. Yes.
And these guys are all amazing, because they are male entertainers. Everything they do on stage has an artistry to it. They're not just making a cocktail. They're making a cocktail while juggling cocktail shakers and things like that. So it makes it taste better too.
So what was the process like for finding these chefs who were going to compete? Was it like, you have to be a male performer that can also cook a little? What was that audition process or tryout process like?
Thank you. Chef Ryan.
Oh, hi, Chef Ryan. Hi. We were just talking about you.
So, right.
Yeah.
Nothing but good things, right?
In a way, of course.
Is one of our 5 contenders. We narrowed it down from thousands of. Thank you, Ryan. Back to the pole with you. Practice your dance.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's amazing. So thousands of male strippers applied, desperate to get off the pole and into the pantry, because the winner is going to get a job at Chef. He's going to become basically Chef Patrick's apprentice chef, who will eventually take over that restaurant. And the starting salary is $100,000 a year. So the stakes are high. So we've narrowed it down to our top 3, and there's 2 alternates as well. But it's going to be, and Ryan is one of our top 3. We'll be facing off head to head at that.
Amazing.
Really
amazing. So I imagine with a tour like this is the first time this show is actually going to be toured across the country. Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you guys excited about how it will be received? I mean, Yeah,
I'm really excited because, I grew up in a small town. I live in New York City now, but I grew up in a small town. And when shows like this would come to my town, which is like, a New York level show, I don't think a show like this has ever been done before, but the level, of artistry and entertainment is very big. So I think cities are going to be excited about it. I also think, it's a fun night out, and it's a night out where men are celebrating their bodies and they're celebrating sensuality. These guys know how to cook and they know how to dance. And it's a very different sort of a man than we're used to seeing. These guys are truly Renaissance men in that way. They have trained as dancers. They all come from a traditional dance background, but also a very sensual dance background. They have been training as cooks. They're learning. They're in there. And they're now learning how to do flips on a pole, but also how to, chop an onion with fast precision. So these men, they really want to, evolve in the way that Chef Patrick did. Chef Patrick's background was, he was actually a principal ballet dancer when he was very, very young. And then when you get older, you start pushing 21, no one wants you to play the Nutcracker Princess.
That's right. So you got to start paying those bills.
And, stripping's cute. He says it. He's like, stripping's cute when you're in your 20s, but when you're pushing 30, lads, TikTok, time to get off the pole and into the pantry. He became a chef, And so it's about evolution, and the tournament evolves. The skill level gets higher, the stakes get higher. And so I think it's a very powerful message for the audience. Sure, it's funny. Sure, it's entertaining. Sure, it's sexy. But it's about, what? It's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to take your game to the next level. And every night is an excuse to have a party, eat good food, celebrate your body, and dance, and have a wonderful, wonderful time. And at the end of the show, everybody's up dancing together. And that's something I really, really love. And in a way, everyone in that theater is coming together to create a beautiful meal. And I think that eating together and dancing together and laughing together are things that we as a society don't do enough. So I'm really excited to be able to create that kind of night and that kind of connection between the audience and the performers.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, those kinds of TV shows that we are kind of referencing for this show, those kind of competition type of shows, are sort of mindless fun, but you definitely appreciate the competitive nature and the fact that these people are, bringing something creative to the table. So it is kind of nice. It seems like this show is more of a celebration than an objectification of these men. It definitely sounds like it's more of a fun time.
Exactly. And it is, saying, you know what, I don't just have to be a cook. I don't just have to be a male stripper. I'm somebody else. And I think you're going to learn about these guys as the show goes on too, who they are as humans. And it's really exciting, and it's something different. It's not, I love entertaining shows, but I kind of hate when I go to a show and it's just like, okay, you just danced to Uptown Funk and you took off your shirt.
Yeah.
Now I have to watch you keep doing that for 2 minutes. Or when I watch a cooking show on TV and I'm like, really? Like, I'm going to sit here for 30 minutes to watch you make one thing. These guys have 6 different culinary challenges. They have to make things, the longest they have to make perfection is 7 minutes. That's the longest challenge, and in the middle of that one, they get a surprise challenge thrown at them.
Oh, great.
So
yeah.
It's very, very fast paced. And that's, what Chef Patrick and I wanted. We wanted something different than your usual cooking show where we're stretching it out because it's TV and because we're trying to sell commercials. This is live, in your face, fast, 2 hours is not enough. We wish we had more time to give you all that we got to give you.
It sounds so fast-paced, and the fact that it is interactive is kind of scary because there's a lot of X factors. A lot of things could go this way or that way, especially with all the people coming from the audience to participate. There's food involved, there's cooking involved. Do you expect there to be any kind of potential for, I don't know, massive disruption of the show, the flow of the show with all these X factors?
We want it to be disruptive in a way. I mean,
Right.
We want the audience members to be stars of this show. So in many ways, it's been designed to be your show. So it's, Chef Salvatore Matucci from Napoli, Italy, the son of fishermen. Not fisherman, one fisherman and one fisher. What's your fisher mama? I guess, I don't know. But he's amazing, and he has so many skills. In Naples, they have a tradition of the male hairdresser. It's a very masculine profession in Naples, Italy, and it's handed down, from grandfather to father to son. And so we're going to learn a lot about different cultures and about different people. And I just think it's so exciting. But hold on, he'll do that. Sometimes my train of thought goes,
okay.
What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about things kind of going awry with all of the audience participation.
Did that seem like anything went awry? No, we just get right back to it. But no, I think we want the audience to come in. And, someone might come on the stage who's a better cook than the chef, and they might take over the challenge, and that's fine. We want that to happen. But it is structured in that the time's always going to run out on a challenge, right. And it's always going to be time for judgment. So the tournament structure exists. The challenge is announced. They have this much time to complete it. The audience members come up. They all do it together. Clock's over. Time is up. Crazy. And I think every audience is going to have their favorite chef. They want to help these guys out. They want to see these guys succeed. So I doubt an audience member is going to get up and be like, I'm going to mess up your station.
Yeah, right.
I think there's going to be a real feeling of competitive community. But the dances are really, really intense. And all of the chefs have to learn all of the dance numbers because they have to know, if they, in the event of losing, they will have to do it.
Right. Right.
So I've been kind of sitting in, on some of them. And the energy when these guys dance around you is palpable. And, I designed this show. I was there when Chef Patrick was doing the choreography. I've seen it a million times, but it wasn't until I sat in the chair and these guys are right next to me doing these incredible moves. And, I could touch them if I want to, but even without touching them, it's like, oh my God, I feel adrenaline and this sense of creative wonder, being that close. So I think it's going to be very, very special, because usually in these male review shows, it's either, okay, I'm just straight up, grinding on you in a very generic way, or I'm on stage and I'm a god and you can't touch me.
Yeah.
This is more like we're dancing with me. We are creating something in this moment. We are both artists in this moment.
It
and
sounds
both
so fun and so unique, this experience. I have sort of a nerdy, like, kind of production question, which is the logistics of doing a show like this where you're actually preparing food on stage. How is that like, I imagine you're gonna have to, like, someone has to go shopping in each town and buy some fresh
shopping
food?
every morning, basically. So
Yeah.
Chef Patrick decides kind of he knows what the challenges are going to be. He doesn't know what the ingredients are going to be, but he stocks his pantry with what he thinks would be fun for them to choose from. And so every time a chef wins a challenge and goes into the pantry, he has like 50 different things he could choose from. He does not know, the chefs don't know what's in the pantry until they go into it, though.
Gotcha.
So they only have like 20 seconds while we're getting the next judge to pick something that he knows he's good with, but that might stump his competitors, you know.
Any chance that you'll be using, like, local cuisine, you know, like quahogs in Rhode Island in February, or like lobsters?
Why don't you send me a list? Send me a list of things.
Okay, I'll send you a list. Some coffee milk. Yeah, I got a list for you.
What's a quahog?
A quahog, yes. It's like a really huge clam.
Ooh, I think Chef Patrick would be into that.
All right.
Bring up the.
All right, yeah. There's a lot of very specific Rhode Island delicacies that I could clue you in on.
Thank you. I'd love that.
So the show is coming to the VETS on February 18th. It sounds like an absolute blast. I could talk to you all day about this, actually. So
I hope you come to the show. I'll be there.
Oh, really? I would love to. Definitely everyone go to thevetsri.com. We'll also have the information on golocalprov.com for tickets and info. Roslyn Hart, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking about this really fun new tour.
I can't wait to see you, Providence.
We're going to take a very quick pause to set up for my next guest. Please stick around.